What's going on, guys? We're back with another video of Tokyo Ghoul Dark War, and we're going to go over the update and what I think about the update. So I'll show you the new characters and my thoughts on them so far. So far we got Shinohara Arata with each attack has a chance to stun the target. Each enemy hero can only be stunned once in 5 seconds. If the enemy has a passive aura effect, then increase the target's stun chance by 30%. So that seems pretty good. Each enemy hero can only be stunned once in 5 seconds. I mean, there's a lot of characters that have a passive aura, so that seems like it could be a pretty good passive. Okay, for his third skill, howl and deal damage to enemies within range. Create a shield that can block skill damage, immune to skill damage for 5 seconds. Skill damage once. So that depends on how that works. Like, it can block skill damage once for 5 seconds. It makes them immune to skill damage. So, like, say, I don't know. It depends. If it only like we'll use Noros for example. If it just blocks out for his first skill, where he slams his Kagune on the ground twice. Since it says block skill damage once, if it only blocks out one of them, then that makes it an okay skill. But if it blocks out the entire skill, regardless, so like this new Kaneki over here, he has an ability where this one, it hits 6 times. So if it would block out the entire skill all 6 times, that would be very, very good. So I guess we'll find out when he becomes available. Sorry about that. Okay, his second skill, spin his Quinque quickly to attack enemies several times, dealing damage to enemies within range each time. That's whatever. It's just an attack for a tank character. It's whatever. There's nothing special about it. Deal damage to enemies in a straight line, reducing their attack speed by 30% for 3 seconds. That's pretty good. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Deal damage to enemy. Yeah, that's pretty good too. So overall, he seems like a pretty good character, but I think Kuroiwa is probably better. But we'll have to see. Okay, now this character, I'm kind of mad because he is the one available in the limited time draw right now, the time limit draw, and you can get him in the new PvP mode, which kind of sucks. I was hoping it would be somebody else that wasn't him, since he's technically farmable. Yeah, it's gonna take a while, but still, I wanted one of the Kanekis to be in there. But let's see his first skill: deal damage to enemies in front and creates a shield for himself, absorbing 10% of his attack damage. That's pretty good. An attack that also gives him a shield, so that's a pretty good attack. Deal damage to enemies in front and reduce hit enemies' movement speed by 40% for 3 seconds. Seems pretty good for the new PvP mode to slow their movement speed down. Repel nearby enemies and deal skill damage, reducing hit enemies' movement speed by 40% for 5 seconds. So another slow. Seems like it's going to be good for the PvP mode. Normal attacks have an AoE effect, dealing normal attack damage based on a certain percent. That's whatever. It's not like that contradicts. That's going to be straight useless in PvP, but that'd be good for PvE, like story mode and especially the new like survival mode where you got 3 seconds. Because from what I noticed in that new mode, like I usually bring Noro, and his first skill that slams the ground just doesn't do damage half the time. You can see his Kagune will slam right on the target and it just doesn't do damage. So most of the time I'm auto attacking to kill the enemies. So that would be helpful in that new mode. So overall, looks like an okay character. Nothing crazy good, but nothing bad either. So this one is one of the ones I'm most excited for, just because I love this version of Kaneki. He's a badass in this mode. So let's check it. Deal damage to enemies in the area of effect and add a curse mark to the first enemy hit. Other damage caused by Kaneki Ragged will trigger curse marks, dealing 5% the target's max HP damage. So that is very, very good, especially because it says max HP. If that was current HP, that would be infinitely inferior, sorry. But because it's a target's max HP, that will always do 5% of their health regardless. That's very good. which is pretty good. That's a pretty good tank killer. So I mean, if you have like a really, I was watching a video today where a YouTuber was playing Kuroiwa, and he was only taking 1 and 2 damage from the attacks, but this would prevent that. It would do 5% of his health every single time. 6-second cooldown, that's pretty good. And with Noro's 30% skill cooldown reduction, that would make it about what, a 4-second cooldown, which is really, really good. Okay, second skill, Armor Break. Deal damage to enemies in the area or effect. I think that's supposed to say of. Reducing the defense of hit tank characters by 30% for 3 seconds. So does that mean that only works on tank characters? Because if so, that's a pretty big limitation. But again, that goes with the first one of him being a tank killer. That's pretty good. Reduce their defense by 3 seconds. I mean, if he's specifically built to kill tanks, that's a good move. His third one, attack enemies in the area of effect 8 times. Wow. Dealing damage and restoring 5% HP every time an enemy hero is hit by a Kagune. So theoretically, that can heal 40% of his HP. It's got a 16-second cooldown, but that's pretty good. And his passive, increase damage for the next attack if the skill hits the enemy. Increases normal attack damage by 50% if there is only one enemy within range. So if there's only one enemy, which goes back to him being a tank killer in PvP, he gets his normal attack damage increased by 50%. And then if he increases damage for the next attack if the skill hits the enemy. So I think that's all just one and not two separate things. Because at first I was reading it as increases the damage for the next attack if he hits an enemy, and then also increases his normal attack by 50% if there's only one enemy in range. But what I think it actually is only if he hits, only if he attacks an enemy with a skill will it proc the increased normal attack damage by 50%. I think we'll have to find out, but that's how I think it will work, which overall makes him a pretty good counter to tanks. But hopefully he's got some good damage. So we'll save Kaneki half Kakuja for last, because honestly I'm most excited for him. We'll also save Mask for last. We're going to go to Owl first, because I think Owl got shafted the hardest. So he's got like no text, dash toward a target in an area, and deal damage to the enemy 4 times. That's whatever. It's just a normal attack. Nothing crazy. This one too. Okay, deal damage to enemies in the front sector. Another one that just does damage, which is whatever. Dark Heart. Deal damage to enemies in an area 6 times. When this skill is released, enemies will be drawn to the front of the owl. So that's pretty good that it draws them to the front of him. That's the only like good thing about his kit so far. And I think from what I remember, his passive is also pretty good. So we got Triumph. Each enemy around Owl increases his damage and reduces his damage received by 1%. The effect can be stacked up to 5 times. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. So 25, just base 1, skill level 1, 25% damage increase, 25% damage decrease if in like story mode and stuff. Overall, he's a pretty mediocre character at least from his text. Okay, now we will move on to, I'm actually going to save Mask for last, because my predictions is I honestly believe Mask is going to be the best character of this patch. But I also think Kaneki half Kakuja is pretty good rival to that. So let's check him out. He looks awesome, by the way. He just looks amazing. And I love how he cracks his knuckles, even though his finger looks really weird. But he looks awesome. So let's check out his skills. Okay, Maltreat. Deal damage to enemies in the front rectangle area 6 times, dealing 5% damage of the caster's attack each time. A crit can be triggered with a 6-second cooldown, so that's really, really good. Especially if it's 6 times. If it's 6 times that multiplier right there. If it's 6 times 149.35%, that's really, really crazy good damage. But if it's 6 times, if it's 6 divided by that multiplier, then it's not that good. But I'm more inclined to believe that it's the first one, 6 times that multiplier, which makes it good, because that's a fairly low multiplier. But since there's 6 hits, I feel like that's what it is. So that's great. That's going to be a very big damaging move. So let's check out Spurt. Dash towards the target and push enemies on the route to the front, dealing massive damage. Decent multiplier. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of dash attacks. At least from my playing with Amon, the one that you get at the very beginning, he would dash and push enemies away, which I hated. But this one, it says it'll pull them in front of him, which that's fine with me, if that is the case. Okay, power thrust, deal massive damage to enemies in the front rectangle area and stun support units for 3 seconds. See, that's also weird. If it's only for support enemies, that's just not that great. If it only stuns support enemies. I don't get why that would be a thing, but I guess we'll find out. And then Loser's Morale. Increase Ken Kaneki's crit damage for each enemy displaced or stunned. The effect can be stacked up to 3 times. So again, in PvE, if this pulling them to the front of them counts as displaced, that'll be good. But in PvP, not very many people use support characters. They're almost all of them are DPS with a few tanks sprinkled in. So this would just be useless, along with this being useless. But if that wording, I don't know why it says that. That would, I don't know. We'll have to see. But overall, pretty decent kit. And now for the one that I believe to be the best of this current patch, this Kaneki. He is a support character, which is a little unfortunate, but his skills are very, very good. So let's check it. Courage. Thrust all Kagunes forward to attack enemies in the front sector and add a cheer buff for all teammates for 7 seconds. This cheer buff can be stacked up to 3 times, increasing damage by 4% each time. Reduce the target's speed by 80% for 4 seconds if a crit is triggered. So, right off the bat, you can get up to 12% increased damage for your entire team. That right there, reduce the target's speed by 80% for 4 seconds. That wording is key. Like, the way that it says speed and not movement speed, like a lot of other people's skills say, character skills say, I'm inclined to believe that it means straight up speed, which is very, very good. Because not only would it reduce their movement speed by 80%, it would reduce their attack speed by 80%. And 80% is a fucking lot. So if that is the case, that's really, really good. Which, that's great. Plus the 12% damage increase is just great as it is. And Assault. This skill can be triggered only when the caster has 3 layers of cheer buff. Thrust the Kagune forward to cause area damage and form a shield that increases HP by 20% for 6 seconds by consuming everyone's cheer buff. That's got a crazy high multiplier as it is. Note that this one says it's a 4-second cooldown. So every 4 seconds you can add a cheer, but down on his passive, increase crit rate and add a cheer buff when a crit occurs. So this doesn't have a cooldown, which means you could theoretically spam that move all the time. And his last one, driven by Ghoul instincts, attack a target continuously with a Kagune, making the target unable to receive any healing effects for 10 seconds. That's really good. Very, very good. The server just reset, so I'm going to be doing my dailies in the background after I finish. I believe we were talking about, was it Mask Kaneki, or did we get, I can't remember if we got to this or if we got to half Kakuja Kaneki. But I'll give my thoughts on, I did forget something though. The character's 5 stars, so let's start with Ayato. His 5-star is 10% chance when attacking Kirishima Mask will recover HP equal to damage dealt, so it's a Hinami passive. That's a pretty good one. I mean, him and Hinami and Yamori both have it, and it's pretty good. And the only difference is it doesn't get the crit, but you got both of them, so you don't really need it. Okay, Kaneki half Kakuja is 10% chance to stun enemies in a range 104,603, whatever the hell that means. 10% stun enemies? 10%, oh sorry, 10% stun enemies in a range, that's what it says. That's actually not that great, but from what I don't know if that's right, because where is he? Shinohara-san? I don't know why I called him San. I just got done reading the manga, like binge reading it, so maybe that's why I called him San. 20% chance gives all your teammates a damage reduction shield. if that is like Kuroiwa's, but double, that's really fucking good. The teammate with the lowest HP will gain a 10% damage reduction shield, and at 5-star passive gives all your teammates. So if it's like that and they permanently get it, that's really, really fucking good. Who knows? But there is another character, I think it's Owl, that has the same as Half Kakuja Kaneki. Yeah, 10% stun enemies in a range, 102,510. See, they both have the same one with barely any wording, and that just seems pretty underwhelming because it doesn't say like what stuns them. Just standing there, auto attacking, using their skills. Who knows? So something's off about that. Wounded Kaneki, 10% curse, 10% chance cursed impaled, adds a curse mark to all target enemies. See, that's pretty good. But at the same time, he's like built to be a tank killer, so it's not that great. Mask Kaneki, reduce blood, impales, cooldown by 3 seconds, and change the healing prohibition effect to the poison healing effect, making enemies' recovery deal damage to themselves. See, that is why I think he will be the best character of this patch, because that 5-star is very, very good. Anybody that heals when you use blood impulse, so this skill, for 10 seconds they'll be killing themselves with all their healing. Noro's second skill, if you have a Hinami or Yamari on the team, their passives, Yamari's, I wonder how it works with Yamari's third skill, because he heals from all the damage he takes, so I don't know, would it just cancel it out? That I don't know how that would work, but that is a very, very good skill. And I think that's everybody. So those are the new characters, which I think for the most part they're pretty awesome. The artwork is awesome. Their portraits are awesome. I am still a little angry, not angry, a little kind of mad that Ayato is the first one in here. I really wished it was any of the Kanekis, like any of them I would have taken, but what can you do? Okay, let me log out and log back in real quick so that I can check in. Okay, we are going to sign in and get ourselves 10 of those. Wait, 5 of those, I guess. So next I wanted to check if the time limited chests reset, which they did not today, which is kind of unfortunate. So let us use these on Kaya right quick, because I have been building her skills and everything up. I think I can get both of her skills up. Let's see. Oh, one of them. Let's see, how many does she have? 10. I can either get her first skill up, or I can get her passive or her third skill up. You know, I'm going to go with her passive. I'm going to get it up 1. So that's good stuff. Okay, so let's take a look at the gem system. As you can see, my Noro has gems on for basic, medium, a little bit, and all of this. So just to make the gem system easier, because it's kind of overwhelming at first, that they don't tell you shit except for all this, but that's a lot to read, and it's not that helpful. So what I do is I just go to inlay, and as you can see, I have all the gems to be able to inlay this. Increases allies attack by 5%. And I just hit, well, I hit inlay. There will be a button right here, whoops, right here, and it'll just apply them all for you. So what it does is, you see it's got whatever this symbol is, 1 1 2 2 4 4 5. So all you got to do is get matching gems, and you can make that set. Like, I think I have enough to make this set, but I chose this one instead. And apparently every character's set bonuses are different for the most part. I don't know if they're all super different, but at least Noro, Yamari's, and Kaya's are all different. So because I wanted to put on, what was it? I wanted to put this on Kaya. This one right here increases all allies attack by 5% instead, because she's like my second biggest DPS, but hers is increases all allies attack by 2% and HP by 4%, but she's got it right here, but it's only 4%, and I guess hers are somewhat the same, but I'm guessing because she's an SR character instead of SSR, it's 4% instead of 5. But like, let me go to Arima. You look at him, and his is like, it's defensive stuff. So there's that, but it's pretty easy to understand if you just follow the Roman numerals and match it up. It's easy enough, and each basic, medium, and advanced can all have their own. They all have different ones. Like they can be the same. Like this one down here increases. Let's look at this one because I have it in. Increases the caster's attack by 3% and max HP by 6. Now if I go to medium, you can see he's got different ones because up here has 6, and the first one, the basic one, only can hold 4. But right here increases the caster's attack by 2.5 and max HP by 5. Wait, was that actually different? Oh yeah, it's slightly better right here. I don't know if that's because I have blue gems in or what. But then we go to advanced, and it's still here, 2.5% and 5%. Actually, is it because I have blue gems in that it went up 0.5%? Let me remove these and check. I guess we could just remove all. Why not? So it is yeah, it's 3.5% and 6% because they're blue gems. So I guess it goes up with the gems. That's actually something I just learned right now. So we'll throw that in, and then we will throw that in. We will throw... Oh, no, I have to manually do it, I think. So the little weird-looking symbol and a 4. So a 4 and a little weird-looking symbol. Oh, that's right. The gem slot can only be... What does it say? Can only be inlaid with one weird symbol, jewels, or backward 3 jewels. So that's right. I couldn't have that in. But it's fairly easy to understand. It's not too tough if you just match it up. This system right here, the Hall of Fame system, you gain an absolute fucking massive amount of RC for your team for this. So focus on this, like a lot. I barely have any, and I think I gained like 10 to 15,000 RC, and there's still a lot of easy ones that I'm missing. Right now I'm working on getting Ayato and Sugiyama to 3 stars, because that'll unlock this one, and this one, and I think maybe one more. No, just those 3. And I need 5 more before I can unlock this one. So, but that's my goal right now. You can get a lot of RC for it. It starts adding up the later you go down. If you can get to the medium gallery or the advanced gallery, it starts to really add up. Like each time you activate one, you can get upwards of 4,000 RC per activation. It's pretty big. So focus on getting all your characters to 3 star, and then 4 star, and then eventually 5 star. I think the basic gallery is like NRR characters for the most part. R characters, N and NR characters. I think that's mostly what it is. And then I'm guessing the second set is going to be SR characters. This one. And then this one might be SSR characters. I think I did see a video though where some of the advanced gallery also has the new fame system, like say for instance getting this Kisho Arima's fame to 5 through this, which I don't know, pretty cool. I like it because you gain a lot of RC. It's good stuff. Let us continue on with our dailies, and then I will play some of the new PvP and PvE modes. Just to show you. I mean, this isn't going to be nearly as long as a video as last time, so I just want to show you some of the gameplay for that. So I will cut this out and jump into when I make it to the new mode. Okay, here we are in the new PvE mode that matches you up with 2 people. You spend 2 minutes in the wave and just try to kill enemies, and 100% of the time, you will match up with 2 people that just don't move. That's just how it is. They never fucking move. Ever. It's always just me. for 2 minutes. And also, your skills fucking suck in this. Like, they just suck. I'm guessing... Hey, look, this... No. Wait, is the Kaneki moving? Did he start moving? Oh, hell yes. He moved, I think. But he's not moving anymore. Okay, but my point is... I think, honestly, Kisho Arima, the young version, is going to be, like, one of the best characters in this. Specifically because he's such an auto-attack heavy character, and, like... I don't know, just watch this fight. I'll use Noro's 1, and look, that just hit all of them, but it did no damage. And it does that more often than not. So most of the time, I'm just auto-attacking. I guess it works sometimes, but there's a lot of times that it just straight doesn't work. Like, that should have hit all of them. They should have all been dead, but it doesn't work. His third skill works, but his first skill just... No. Most of the time, it just doesn't work. I don't understand. Sometimes it works, but it's not reliable enough to count on. So I think young Kisho Arima would be the absolute best in this. I mean, from the first day, it's definitely been working a little bit more, but I don't think it warrants enough to the point where he's good to take. Like that should have killed all of them right there. Just straight up should have killed all of them, but it didn't. And looks like we are going to miss the 640 mark again. So we're going to do 3 attempts of this, and then we are going to go do a couple PvP matches if I can find a match. Before the reset today, I was just sitting in queue, reading the manga, and I would go like 2-3 chapters without a fucking match. It was pathetic. Hey, what's up, AFK brothers? How you guys doing? I don't get why everybody is always AFK. It just makes no fucking sense. What, like, do they fucking queue me up with bots or what? I don't get it. This mode is pretty whack, especially because I think this is like the only way to get those coins. Well, I guess you get the coins during the weekly reset for PvP. I'm pretty pissed about this. I was trying all day yesterday to hit Challenger. You need 720 points to hit Challenger, and I got to 676 points. 676. So I was, what? I was, like 54 away, I think. And I ran out of attempts, so I went to go purchase some with diamonds. And those fuckers told me that I needed to be a higher VIP to purchase them. I'm VIP 9. And I can't fucking buy attempts in PvP? That's fucking stupid. Yeah, I know you get 99 attempts, but still. There was only a 3-day season, and most of the time I just couldn't find a match. And it's buggy as it is, where if people leave, like while you're in the screen, the character selection screen, you just straight up, it just freezes, and it'll infinitely sit there. You'll never get out of it without reloading the game, and it's fucking stupid. But I really wish that there was other ways to get these coins, because most of the time I only get about 30 to 35 coins in this new mode. What the fuck, dude? It's alright. I got 40 right there. So 30 to 40, I guess, is about what I can get. But I can never get more because these people just never fucking do anything. I don't know how many you can get. I don't know how many is possible. But 40 was the most I've ever gotten, what you just seen right there. Most of the time I get about 35. I don't think I died that attempt, so I guess 40 was doable. But the point is, you need 400 shards to buy Ayato shards, 5 of them, and then you also need 400 diamonds. So with the nerf to Feeding Grounds and you getting no diamonds from that anymore, it's pretty shitty. And this is daily. Like, if I make it into Challenger today, It's already past reset. So if I do, I'm going to need to come up with 600 diamonds and 600 of the coins, because I don't remember if it's gold or it's the middle tier, so I think it's gold. You can also buy 5 Kaya Black Dog bios for 200 diamonds and 200 shards, and I plan on buying those every day, and I also plan on buying the Ayato shards every day if possible. I know I rag on it that you only get 30 to 35, but since I don't know how many you get normally, but I got Challenger. Like I said, I didn't get Challenger. I got Diamond. I got 676 points, and today when the mail came in, I got some gold. I don't know how much gold it was, 100,000 or something like that. I got 10 Ayato shards, and I got just 1,800 of those tokens, which I was pretty pleased with the amount of tokens that I got. That's a lot of tokens, especially when you only get 90 to 120 a day. So to get 1,800 on the reset, I was pretty happy about that. So that should cover, that alone right there should cover 3 days worth of shards for both of them. And honestly, I'm not going to be buying that many more Kaya Black Dog bios, shards, sorry. I've already got all of her skills to 5 and her passive to 6, and I just got to get her fame up. So I don't know, maybe about 100, 150 more shards of hers and I'm good. And I also buy the 10 of these every day from the time limited draw. I buy these 10 every day. Sometimes I'll get 20, like I said in my last video, if you log on before 3 and then reset after 4. But also, this thing right here is pretty cool for your fame. Every time you reach a certain milestone for the prestige points, you get 10 of these shard boxes, which is pretty cool. I got 10 in storage right now, as you can see. I did already get a bunch of them because while I was off camera, I got my fame up fairly high. I unlocked 20 of these, and then I was able to unlock 16 of these right away. So I gained a buttload of RC. I think my RC before this was like 75,000, something like that. So I gained almost 75,000 RC from that. And I haven't even unlocked the advanced gallery yet. I need 4 more of these to do so. And 4 more that are possible. Shinohara is, I think, 14 shards away. Kori has none. Kuroiwa, I think he needs about 10 to 15, something like that. Toka's not close. These are all SSR characters. He's not really close. She's not close. That's pretty much it. So Shinohara, Kuroiwa, and that's pretty much it. Those 2, and yeah. Oh, and Coma, Devil Ape. So there's them. Like this one, no, this one down here, I feel like it should be unlocked. It says activate, but I can't click it. But I have a 5-star Noro, so I don't know. Doesn't make sense. But whatever. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to check the organization trial. Not the trial, the shop, actually. To see how many of these tokens I got. I would need to spend 400 of these. I don't know. I need to spend about 1,000 a day, and I don't know. If I have extra later today, I'll buy it. Arena, I tend to get a lot of extra, so today I bought Chu, I bought Hachikawa bios, shards, and Coma shards to get them to 4-star, which is what also helped get my fame up. I might start working on Kori and Arima once Eto is 5 stars. I don't think I'm going to put points in her skills or anything right away, and she is fairly close. I think she needs like this week we'll be done with her for sure. Another 4 to 5 days, I think. Yeah, about 5 days. And so that's good news. And then I'll probably switch to Arima until I get him to 4-star. Okay, but let's check out the PvP mode so we can wrap this video up. As you can see, I grinded a bit today. I'm at 370 out of 480. I don't know, this box right here and this box, if you're able to buy them, I'm not really sure they're worth it. The one from the guild shop, or the organization shop, is definitely worth it. I got some pretty good gems today. I got No, yesterday I got, where is it? It's on Noro, I believe. Noro? I got, where is it? No, it's on Yamori. There it is. I got this one, this epic gem, which is awesome. This is the best of the best gems. And then today, I got 4 purple gems in my box. I mean, you get some good stuff in that one, so I suggest buying it. At first, I was pretty mad that they replaced the support hero chest box with it. But overall, I think I'd honestly rather have the jewel box, because you get some good stuff for it. Like, you get some good gems, so it's worth buying. Though these two, though, not sure I'd recommend them. For 600,000 gold, you don't get that good of stuff, in my opinion. So you could see I already bought Kaya. Shards gold is what you need to get, and we are working on, I don't think I'm going to buy any of these gems or anything, unless I really need a specific one to activate a inlay. Is that what it's called? To unlock a set bonus for the gems. Skill combo. So yeah, probably won't buy them, but this is what I'm aiming for right here, obviously. These 10 shards a day, because it resets daily. So let us go try some PvP, if we can find a match. Oh, sorry about that. I will cut into a match once we find one. Okay, we got a match, so this is going to be a pretty easy win. Honestly, I would say that I'm definitely above average at PvP. As long as I have, I mean, because most people that play this new PvP mode know that RC equals win, for the most part. That's how it is. I would say with my current RC, I could obviously beat anybody below me easily, and upwards of probably about 500,000 RC. 500,000 in RC and below. I am fairly confident that I can win every single match without losing. Just because most people just stand here and auto attack like this. Like they don't know what they're doing. They just auto attack. That's literally all they do. I feel like this guy's hacking though. Got double his RC, and I don't remember what this Amon does. I think he gets it from, I forgot how he heals. Is it from auto attacks? No, that's Amon Dojima, isn't it? Maybe it is from auto attacks, because he's not healing right now when I don't hit him. But yeah, there's like easy counters when people bring in tanks like Amon Dojima, who attacks heals when you dodge. You just don't auto attack him at all. You just never auto attack him and you win. There's just tips like that. Kaya Black Dog, I just run around like a fucking maniac, poking them. I just keep pressing my 1 on cooldown, and then just poke them, poke them, poke them. With her 2 and 3 skill, easily. And for Arima, I can always win with him, 100% of the time. I have a really cheesy and dick move of a strategy, where usually I won't be able to kill them. If it's like a Yamori, I won't be able to kill them. If it's another tank, neither one of us will be able to kill each other. So we'll just stand there and we'll auto attack, and I just won't move. I'll just stand there and auto attack to keep healing myself, because he heals like a beast with the defense set on. So I'll just keep doing that. I'll show you how I play her for a second. This is what I would do against like a Yamori and anybody. I just run, poke, run. Run around in circles like this. Poke. I actually got way too close right there, but this is what you get the gist of it. Her skills are so long range that it's really easy to just hit people and never take damage. So, but for Arima, like, okay, so I don't think I'll make it to him. Like, this will be easy too. She's just gonna run close enough to me that I can outdamage her. Okay, but for Arima, what I'll do is we'll stand there for the 3 minutes, we'll auto attack, we'll both heal to full over and over and over again. When there's about 3 to 4 seconds left, that's when I'll make my move. I will use his 3rd skill. I'll jab them, and then I'll dash through them, and then I'll just run until the time runs out. Because the way that the system is set up, whoever has the highest health at the end of the 3 minutes wins. So it's a really dick move, but usually when I do that, the person just quits the game. Because he just wasted 3 minutes of his time standing there auto-attacking with me. And then I just poke him and then dash through him so I have more health than him and run. That is really fucking funny, but that's what I do. All in all, though, my thoughts on the current patch are, it's a pretty good patch. There's some pretty good stuff, and then there's some pretty meh stuff. The PvP system, the PvE system, both need to be fixed. They're laggy, they're buggy, the matchmaking is just crap. But at the same time, I do like the matchmaking, like this, where you can get ranked up against other players that are lower than you, but not so much. I think that, in my opinion, I think that because the system's so buggy and there's just no skill involved in this game, like, you got 3 skills, there's not that much skill involved. A couple characters you can play skillfully, like Kaya and Arima, stuff like that, but for the most part, there's not really that much skill involved. So I think that if you put the time in, that everybody can get the Challenger. And I'm saying this for the benefit of everybody, because it just doesn't make sense, like, because of how buggy it is, because of how little skills involved. Losing points, I don't think I lost points until I hit about where I'm at now, about 300 points or so. And once I hit about 300 points, it's possible to lose points. Like, I've lost a few games when I ranked against people who have way higher RC than me, and I just think that because it resets every week, everybody should have a shot to get Ayato, and you just shouldn't be able to lose points. You should only be able to gain points, and everybody can grind their way up to Challenger if they put the time in, which I think that's what they should do if they decide to fix the matchmaking. If they don't, then I guess this is fine how it is. Most of the time, at least for me, most of the time I rank up with people that are lower than me, so I'd say my win rate is probably like 95%, maybe higher, maybe like 97%, honestly, because I've used 99 attempts, like almost 2 days in a row, and I've only lost like 3 or 4 games. So, but if they decide to change the matchmaking to make it more even, I really do think that it should just be grinding. But overall, it's pretty good. The rewards are pretty good, at least. The system as itself is pretty whack. The PvE system is just, no comment on it because it's just so crap right now. It's buggy. It's just not fun. So once they fix that, I think it could be really fun. And the new characters, no comment yet. I gave you my current thoughts about them. We'll have to see when they come out how they actually play once I get some. And the gem system, I like the gem system, and the fame system. I like both of them. There's awesome ways to improve your characters. So, well, stop auto attacking. So it's pretty, all in all, I'd say it's a above average patch. Nothing crazy great and nothing too terrible. It has potential to propel the game forward, in my opinion. So with that, I will close this video off. If you have any comments, any thoughts about the patch, or the game in general, or if I missed anything, leave it in the comments below, and I will get back to you. Otherwise, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.